Last week, I had a retired New York Police Department detective come in, and we talked for about 2.5 hours. Part of that was about what he was there for. The other part was talking about cases, polygraph tests. We even talked about the Karen Reed case, and I showed him John O'Keefe's arm, and I asked him, what do you think happened in this case? He said that he only heard a little bit about it, but then he also said that his daughter's cousin is on the witness list. I didn't want to pry, but I said, tell me everything you know. But he said that his daughter's cousin, he believes, is on the witness list. I don't know who it is. I wish I knew, but I didn't want to pry. But he was very open and honest. And I said, what do you think about this whole situation with Karen Reed? He said, hey, I don't know a lot about the case, but what I do know is there's good and bad cops out there. And he said, I worked with a couple bad cops who were indicted on several charges. So he said, take that for what it is. He was like, I can tell that you are really interested in this. So I'm going to sit here and tell you about a case that I had. And it was about some Jamaican gangs and how he worked in narcotics. So we talked at length about this case that he was on. And it happened in the 80s. But he was subpoenaed to come to court recently because of the same case. And I guess the guy was trying to overturn his case. We had a really good conversation about detective work and, how they set it up. And I'm like, how do you even start? Because he told me about one case where there was like 23 people injured. And he was like, we didn't know who the shooter was. And I'm like, well, how do you start this stuff? And so we talked a lot about that and polygraph tests, why they're not admissible in court and things like that. I was intrigued. I was like, tell me everything. So I really wish I would have just asked, hey, who's the cousin on the witness list for the Karen Reed case? But, I didn't want to pry, so I just left it at that. But I thought I'd share that with you guys.